Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and those who have yet to make up their minds. I am your host, justjack.com. That's www.justjack.co. Two S's because one just ain't enough. We welcome you to subscribe to our newsletter and join us every Sunday. We upload videos every Sunday to this playlist called Our Sunday Best, and it's just us. They say it's lecture. I don't like to lecture. I just like to have discussions and share what I know and the things that have come up for me. And this Sunday is really auspicious because this is Easter Sunday. And this is a Sunday where all the good Christian boys and girls, they go and they get dressed up for church to celebrate a pagan holiday. They hide eggs, and believe me, I hang out with some women who hide eggs. But we're not going to get into that today. This is not that kind of party, Moesha. And what is so interesting that we know that there's tons of people out there. There's going to be lots of preachers out there teaching you about this Jesus fellow, right? Who got beaten and crucified for you. So give your life to him. And I'm just not all about that, okay? I ain't giving my life to no man. The only man I'm giving my life to is justjack.com, okay? And that's even that is iffy for me, okay? Because I belong to nobody. But let's go into the story the way we all know it, and let's chop it up into the symbolism that we've learned throughout the years. Remember, the big book is just symbolism. People take it so literal. And it's interesting. Remember, when we go back into when it was written, these things, you could not know these things back in the day because they'd kill you. You could not know sacred knowledge. You could not know sacred text. So they had to wrap it up and deliver it in a way where everything is symbolic. So that way you could read it and understand the symbolism through it. So let's get on to the story. So we all know the story. We've heard it before. The Nazarene, the man with the olive skin, spent all this time learning and developing and all that stuff. And he came and he showed it, he taught it to the people, right? And he taught them that you have greatness within you, right? All these things I can do, you can do them also, even greater. What does that say in the book of John? We know the story. Then the establishment, the people who were in charge decided, oh no, we can't let the humans know. We can't let the common folk, the peasants know that there's greatness within them, because if the peasants know there's greatness within them, they will understand that there is no need for this hierarchy. There is no need for the establishment. There is no need for the system, really, if you really want to go there. Timber. There goes my purse. So then what happens? They hung him up. They crucified him. And on the third day, he rose again. No, but there is so much symbolism in the crucifixion, and there is so much symbolism in the resurrection. Where do we even begin with this one? Let's take the night that he told his friends, pray for me. What happened? Just give me 1 hour. Just give me 1 hour. Just one hour. Give me 1 minute at this point. 1 minute of your time. Is love requiring much of you? No. It just asks for just 1 minute. Can we sit in love? Because that's what the Christ was, right? That's what the Christ represents. The Christ represents love, the epitome of love. That's what Jesus Christo, Jesus, Yeshua, whatever you want to call it. That's what it symbolizes in the Bible. So, if this love asks, just give me 1 hour. When's the last time you gave love an hour? When's the last time you gave love a minute? When's the last time we gave love a moment? Just a moment. Just for this moment. Just a moment. Can we just shine the light of love here? Very symbolic. But what happens? The Nazarene goes up to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane, comes back down, finds his friends snoozing. They were sleeping. They couldn't even give him an hour. You fall asleep. You'd fall asleep in your meditation. You'd fall asleep if you try to sit down and be calm for an hour, right? The key is don't fall asleep. Stay awakened. What does the Buddha mean? The Buddha translates to the awakened one. Hello, do you see the symbolism here? Stay awake. Stay awake. Don't go to sleep. Don't. Stay awake. What do the children say? Stay woke. Stay woke. Then what happens? Betrayal. Betrayal from one of his friends with a kiss. What does this symbolize? This symbolizes that all of us, every single one of us will be hurt, betrayed. I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? All of us go through it. Then what happens? Keep going with the story. Symbolism of the story. Then the people who are attacking the oppressor, if you will, the other side, they start attacking to get this Nazarene and put him in handcuffs because this one is guilty. And what happens? One of the soldiers that is fighting the disciples gets his ear chopped off. And what happens? The Nazarene comes, puts the ear back, gives him the healing. What does this symbolize? Love your enemy. Pray for those who mistreat you. Even though they are fighting against you, they are not the oppressor. They are just conditioned to fight for the other side, which is what ego is, right? Ego wants to say, there's your side and there's my side. Ego wants to say, I'm over here and you're over there. Separation is an illusion. Let's continue with the story. Then what happens? Then they take him up to get his judgment, right? And what do the people say? They say, crucify him. Hang him up. What does that symbolize? You will be hung out to dry, darling. And believe me when I say people will travel miles to watch you burn. This is not doom and gloom, folks. This is just the reality of what the symbolism is. They'll hang you up. You can do all the good in the world, all the good in the world. They will find one flaw, and that is going to be their opinion of you. Lots of people spend so much time wanting a reason not to like you. You mess up one time, that's all they needed. That's all they needed. But not the Christ, not the Nazarene. Because remember, the Nazarene symbolizes the perfection, the love within us. Even when they said to him, what did they say? Do you say, are you God? And he said, isn't it written in your word? I say to you, ye are gods. Isn't that written in your word? He served it right back to them. This is their word. That these establishments, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, representing establishments and culture systems that have oppressed the people, right? This is written in your word. You are God. Even Beyonce, I love when she said, how can I proclaim to be a child of God and not realize that I am a God? I am. I am are the two most powerful words you can say about yourself. Because whatever comes after I am, so it shall be. So when you say, I am powerful, and like my little friend Tutu, 3 years old, she comes and she says, I am strong. You are powerful. You are strong. And when you say on the latter, I am sick, I am this, I have a pain in my neck, I am sad, that's so whatever you speak, so it shall be. Let's move on with the story. What happens next? They crucify him. He's up on the cross, right? He's up on the cross, and he has two thieves, one on his right and one on his left. What does this symbolize? This symbolizes the thieves of the past and the thieves of the future. Because the Christ love symbolizes that we must be in the present moment. We cannot look to the past. We cannot gaze to the future. We have to know that what was the saying? What was the verse? What did the Christ say? What were the words in red? He said, Amen. Today you will be with me in paradise. Amen. And so it is. Today, right now, you will be with me in paradise, which means you, the mind, has the ability to make a heaven out of hell or a hell out of heaven. It's your choice. Today, give us this day our daily bread, is what the word says, right? Today, right now, this moment. Then what happens? Let's continue with the story. Gets crucified and gets put in the grave. Gets put in the grave. This is symbolic of us dying to our old selves all the time. Our old selves. The selves that they crucified. The ones that our family said would never be enough. The ones that our friends said would never make it. The ones that people all over, our teachers, our educators, they said we would never amount to nothing. That old self has to die, darling. Because on the third day, he rose again. 3 is a powerful number used in many different texts. Depending on which numerologist you talk to, the Christ prayed for 3 hours in the garden before he was crucified, or 3 hours before he was crucified, right? 3 past, present, future. There's so much symbolism, right? On the third day, he rose again. What does this mean symbolically? That means every day we rise up again. We rise up to a brand new part of our life, the spring equinox, right? the Aries, the lamb, the blood of the lamb was crucified. Lamb, Aries, goes on into spring, which is the right side, and it goes into summer. Sitting at the right hand of the Father. Use the right side of the brain where the mind is. Cast your net to the right. It's all symbolism. It's all symbolism. And then what happened? They could not find the body. What does this symbolize? Because there ain't no death. There is no death. When they can't find the body, they don't see the old you. The old you is nowhere to be found. The old you, they can't see it. When you walk down the street, you're unrecognizable. When you let all that go, when you decide to die to your old self and release it and let go. And then I don't know if this was in the Bible or if this was in the book of the Essenes, but I know that the Christ was vibing so high that he radiated light from within. What does this symbolize? This symbolizes that light comes from within ourselves, and we are able to be a shining beacon to other people in our new selves, in our new creation. And wasn't it doubting Thomas? People are going to doubt you. What does that symbolize? People are going to doubt. Well, I've known her since the third grade. Psh, you knew an old version of me. Shut up and sit your butt down and let me reintroduce myself to you, queen. I've known her forever, and that's just how she's been. Just because that's how you've been all your life doesn't mean that she doesn't have a chance to grow. Be quiet. Sit down. And let her live her life the way she wants to live her life, the way you want to live your life. Don't worry about those doubters. Tell them this is you. Stick their finger in your side if you need to. Pinch me. I'm real. And I'm a brand new, because this is a brand new day. And it's a brand new way. And I'm holding the gavel. And I call all the shots. Right? Then what happens? The awakened happening, the awakening process begins. You go into the spring where you start developing yourself. And the truest success, folks, the truest success is the development of your own self. And the being proactive in your becoming, right? But instead of learning all this symbolism and teaching this to our children, we teach this to the children that, oh, God had one son, and everything is taken so literal that just so that you can be forgiven because you're a little badass. And so God gave his one son, and he crucified him, and he hung. Not only did he crucify, he beat him with the cat of nine tails, and he beat him with this, and he beat him with that, and I think the word even says he was unrecognizable. What does that symbolize? You will get beaten until you don't even recognize yourself. But there is hope, because on the third day he rose again, and on the third day you can rise again, because I rise up. And we teach our children this, and we teach our children that this is what God does. This is how God is. And what does that tell our children? Jeez. If that's what God did to his son, I'd hate to think what he does to me. And that's why I don't teach that to the children. I teach the goodness of God. And I teach symbolism with especially the children, but the adults need to be taught symbolism too, and that's why we made this tape. So I think we talked about the symbolism enough. I'm sure we'll be back next Sunday with more to share. But if you got a blessing from this, go ahead and share it with your friends. And we welcome you to subscribe to our newsletter, justjack.co. And watch out for our Thursday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, because in our Facebook on Thursdays we give out what we call is a little segment of Just Jack Answers, and it's just questions that people have asked me, that my friends have asked me, and I just answer them. And there's life questions and business questions and just queer questions and family questions that just get answered. And it just lets you guys into a little bit more of who I am and how I work. So much love to all you guys. I will see you next Sunday. Bye, Felicia.